What's up, everybody? Destin here, joined by Alfredo Diaz.
What's up, Destin?
Alfredo, what are we talking about today?
Today we're talking about what controller is better for first-person shooters, the
Correct.
Xbox One
or the PlayStation 4. Now, what really surprised me is that I never thought that I would be on the PlayStation side of this conversation. But the PlayStation 4 controller has been improved in every way from the PlayStation 3, and it's actually my preferred controller for first-person shooters.
Preferred?
Yeah.
I mean, come on, look at this thing. It's beautiful, okay? Why I love this controller for first-person shooters, I mean, don't get me wrong, the PlayStation 4 controller is a vast improvement, and I love it.
Yes.
I've been playing Killzone Shadowfall with this controller all weekend, and it's great. And let's just put it out there, we both love each console respectively.
Yes,
yeah,
definitely.
Yeah. But I mean, just holding the two, this is an FPS controller. The triggers themselves, I mean, they're hooked. FPS players, they're going to be really aggressive when they're playing and using their controller. So the fact that these are hooked, they keep my fingers in place comparatively to these, which are nice. They're a lot better, but you still kind of get a little bit of that slip if I'm getting too aggressive, you know, with my shots. That accompanied with the fact that the bumpers are really close to the triggers, and let's be honest, you want the bumpers to be just a second, you know, an afterthought, just click, click, click.
Point taken. Let's talk about what they changed from the 360 controller, which is perfect, by the way, to the Xbox One controller. The bumpers, specifically.
They're wider.
They're at an angle where it's more difficult to hit them. Like, it's awkward. You hit them with, like, this part of your hand. And, moving on from the bumpers, the buttons have changed. There's now less surface area on this for, like, if you do default in Call of Duty,
right?
You know, you have to press down on these a lot.
I will say that the PlayStation 4 controller, in terms of like actually clicking on the analog sticks, feels infinitely better than the Xbox One.
And the bumpers feel better too. Like the ergonomics just feel better on the PlayStation 4
bumpers do feel good, but I like how it's. I'm torn between the bumpers because I love how wide the bumpers are here. In terms of analog sticks, my fingers never slipped off the analog sticks for the PS4 when playing Shadowfall. But for the Xbox One, I don't know, they have these, you know, the grooves and the fact that you have that little like insert, you know, that kind of just keeps your fingers, I don't know, I feel like they really keep it in place. Destin.
Well, let's compare the touch screens. Oh, wait. The PlayStation 4 has a touch screen and can be utilized for many things, like you swipe in Killzone Shadowfall to select the different loadouts. The Xbox One doesn't have that functionality. Why do you think they decided to just say, we don't need that?
I mean, I don't think it's necessary for a first-person shooter. I think it'd be a lot quicker to actually just go from either clicking in your, you know, R3 or easily just pressing B than to actually move your hand up and kind of like off-place it and swipe for a knife. I'd be pretty upset. And let's be honest, people who play first-person shooters, we care a lot about our kill-death ratio.
Yes.
And we want to know about it all the time. It's a lot easier for me to just move and press the start button right here. Just quickly move.
You know, we have options in share also.
Yeah, but I mean, like, you gotta reach higher. I know I'm being nitpicky right now, but I mean, I just want to quickly just go boom, boom, boom. And the fact that, let's talk analog sticks. Let's go back to that.
All right.
The fact that these are, I mean, these are great analog sticks, don't get me wrong, but the fact that they're together, I mean, I love using this controller for adventure games, but for an FPS, since they're centered right here, that when I strafe right and move and shoot left, it kind of just, my hand feels a little like off balance. The fact that these are offset, I don't know.
Now that is a good argument, but I think they've adjusted the curvature of the PlayStation 4 controller to kind of combat that. So it just feels really nice that they're side by side. I'm not bumping fingers or anything.
Oh no, definitely.
You know.
It's, don't get me wrong, that is a great controller for first-person shooters. I just believe this one's better.
Okay, well, we're going to have to agree to disagree, but there's one thing we can agree on, Alfredo.
Oh, there is.
That there will always be
the master race.
What do you guys think? Let us know in the comments below. And for more on control issues, you know where to keep it locked. IGN.